A partially valid, a half-truth, if you will, is
Yeah.
being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're
It's
just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
You're
Go
not
join.
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
that just we are the only society on earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko Haram? How many Muslims were confronting ISIS? How many Muslims, the extremists always win. So the peaceful majority, which I know many, they're irrelevant.
Good morning, misfits. Okay, I am, you will not believe the night I had trying to get this audio issue fixed, and I want to say it was fixed a couple minutes ago, and now I'm not sure. Issue fixed, and okay, well, I can at least hear myself. Oh, technical difficulties. We love the unofficial name of the daily breakdown being technical difficulties. I build a house. This isn't my job. All right. This is, it's a second job. It wasn't my job, or it wasn't either. It was a hobby up until a couple of weeks ago. And then Jeremy came into my life and was like, we want to, I was like, yeah. Good morning, misfits. Anyway, so if you guys have watched the show the past few days, I got a new mixer, and now we're getting echo, right? And we figured out why we're getting echo. It's because something called loopback. And look, my real job is building houses. Like, I do remodel. I can work with my hands, software stuff. I don't like it. There's all sorts of ones and zeros inside this little computer, and I don't know how they work. So anyway, I think I thought I had it figured out. And what I did was I downloaded this program, and then it was like, oh, that's how you isolate the microphone. And trust me, guys, if I say something wrong, it's because I am not smart on this. So I did it. I got it isolated. And I shit you not, right? Maybe 30 seconds before the show, a thing popped up and it goes, your trial period is over. And I'm like, wait, what? You're not allowed to do that to me. And the microphone just went freaking dead. So luckily I know enough about the internets where I fixed it. I know, it says no echo today. That's because I had the mic muted while that was playing. I figured out a workaround. I can just mute my mic so you're not getting the mic and the video, but I don't want to do that. I want this to function normally. I don't want extra steps because I am ADD. We all know this. Anyway, good morning. Enough about that. I'm just going to rant for hours if you allow me to. Look, I may have a guest. I don't think I'll have a guest because I don't think I have heard back. No, I have not, but we will get him on. Here's the deal. Okay, let's go to this. No, not that one. Let's go to the thumbnail. All right, we love the thumbnails. Producer Eli is great with the thumbnails, okay? Woke Wednesdays is about informing you why this. I pick my themes carefully, okay? If it's something that really needs to be talked about, it's probably in the theme. Okay, like we got Maha Monday. Maha is very important, right? Woke Wednesday is very important, right? 2A Thursday is very important. TDS Tuesday, it's kind of fun. Fan Mail Friday, which is my haters, not fans, kind of fun. But Woke Wednesday is probably the most important theme of the show right now. Because this woke ideology, right? Elon Musk talked about this, like the woke mind virus and everything. it's destroying the world, not the country, the world, because it's identity politics, right? And identity, if you have a hyperfixation on identity, you are easily divided. And a house divided cannot stand. This applies in other countries. It applies, like, I mean, Western civilization, the thing that, the irony of it is it's built upon the foundational principle that all men are created equal. But it also is built upon that foundation of freedom, right? And freedom of speech in particular, right? And which is actually helpful, not hurtful. Look at the UK. But regardless, right? It's when you have freedom to hate, right? When you have freedom to criticize, right? Bad actors in the, if the government functioned properly, we wouldn't have this problem. It's nefarious actors at the high ups, right? Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It's just common sense, right? People want to have you fighting with each other so you don't take a look at them and what they're doing. All right. So what am I trying to say, right? The woke ideology it's a psyop. It's a massive psyop that's been going on for decades, right? Where it's just about using useful idiots to push racial narratives, religious narratives, just putting people in a box, and tribalism to divide people. Tribalism is a good thing, by the way, right? It's a good thing. But when it's weaponized, it can be destructive, because now you have your tribe and people easily know that you have your tribe. So they're going to push another tribe against your tribe and get you two fighting so you don't look at them. Does that make sense? So on the screen here, you see the thumbnail that I asked for. We got Jake Lang and the Christian white nationalists on the right, and we have BLM on the left. And then you have me in the middle saying they're both the same, because they are, right? Who remembers my explanation of what woke is? All right, we did this last week. Woke, it's very simple, just means awake. But it's very specific. Who are you awake to? You're awake to an oppressor. So you're awake to an oppressor. That's woke, period. Full stop, right? Woke equals I'm awake to the person that is the bad guy that's keeping me down, and we have to fight against it. What's the solution to woke, right? Woke, well, solution is some form of governmental totalitarianism to achieve your goals, right? With the left, it's socialism. With the right, it's ultranationalism, and they want the government to take care of it for you. It does not, woke does not work in the world of personal accountability, self-reflection. It doesn't work in the world of common sense, deductive reasoning, and critical thinking. It works in the world of ignorance and tribalism and rage and emotion. That's woke, right? Feminism is the great aunt of woke. I like that. I like that. Winky, winky, nod, nod in the chat. And while I have called out for many years the woke left, so do not get it twisted when you see this. When it looks like why are you only calling out white supremacy? No. It's just their turn. It's just their turn. I've already done the left, right? I did a very good job fighting the woke left. I still do. But right now, we have a hold on. We have a fucking problem. You guys know I try really hard not to swear, but I'm gonna. We have the naughty button now, right? Fucking problem. It's a fucking problem. I'm trying to practice with you guys. Fucking problem. Got it. All right. Because I don't like it when it just goes dead, because anybody who's listening on audio, they're like, what did he say? What just happened? look, here's the deal, right? White supremacy is being pushed by people who aren't even white supremacists. Okay? Like they're just clout chasers. They're just grifters. They're just sensationalists, selfish, narcissistic cunts. We don't like them. However, does it really matter if they really believe what they're saying? No. No. You know the old saying, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. So, does it matter that Jake Lang doesn't really hate Jews? No. He says he does. Does it matter that if he really hates black people? No. He says he does. Does it matter if he really hates Islam? I mean, hopefully that would matter because I hate Islam too. But Jake is ignorant about it. Look, Jake is just the latest thing. He's just the thing that we're talking about because it gives you a visual aid. That's all it is, right? It's not about Jake Lang. It's about the problem. It's about the ideology, the mind virus, the culture that we are in right now, where there is a hyperfixation on some type of victimhood mentality, where there's a people group that is responsible for your problems, why you are oppressed. I mean, guys, do you not see how that's the left? Who's responsible for Jake's problems? Right? It's not Jake. No, it's the blacks, the Jews, the Muslims, the Indians, anybody not white Christian nationalists. That's who's responsible for all of Jake's problems. All right. Who's responsible for Don Lemon's problems, right? So white people, Republicans, Trump, capitalism, straight, cis, white, blah, blah, blah. That's who's responsible for all of Don Lemon's problems. Right? It's the same thing, guys. There's no accountability, none, to say, hey, maybe my life sucks because I am the one that f***ed it up. Maybe the reason I feel like a victim is because I'm an entitled, spoiled cunt. Maybe. Sometimes it actually is an ideology or a group. I'm sorry. Sometimes it is a group, and it's not that they are responsible for your problems, but it is that they are a threat to you. That's Islam. That's communism. That's Marxism. That is globalism. Those things are true. Two things can be true at the same time. You can point out that some of the people that are pointing out real issues, right, have some validity to their argument. However, they shouldn't be the people that we're listening to because they also carry in with them to the movement the baggage of discredibility. Does that make sense? Like, Charlie Kirk had credibility. Jake Lang has none. They both are saying similar things, right? Islam is not compatible with the West, etc. We talked about this yesterday. So, when you choose the people that you align with, choose carefully, because we are all going to be judged under the same umbrella. Because, like I said, tribalism is good. You should have a tribe, a strong tribe. MAGA is a tribe. We'll talk about the issue of Jake Lang in particular, because it's important. We touched on it a little bit yesterday. There's a part 2 of the He's got some problems. Oh shit! Did I just X out of that? Son of a bitch. Yeah. There we go. I didn't even realize this guy that's exposing Jake Lang is a groiper again. I like the way that Sean says it, right? Zach, I can tell you're tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired because I was up all night trying to fix this damn audio issue. That's why I'm tired. I was up until like midnight trying to fix this. In the chat, they're like, yeah, you look tired. Yeah, because I was literally dicking around with freaking software for 3 hours. ADD. I look, the guy that's exposing Jake, also probably garbage human being, but I like the way that Sean says it, right? He's like, this guy could come up to me and tell me water is wet, and I would go, okay, yeah, I agree with you, water's wet. You're also a scumbag. You can do both. You don't have to be like, let me expound on Sean's analogy. All right, have you guys ever seen the movie Idiocracy? All right, like if you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, it's such a good movie. It's so funny. It's about Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson gets like frozen or something, and he ends up in the future, and in the future everybody's a fucking idiot, right? Like literally the dumb people have multiplied and all the smart people stopped having babies. So he wakes up like 300 years in the future and everybody is just retarded, right? Like, sorry if that word triggers you, I can't help you. That one's not getting a naughty button. It's my favorite word. All right, so there's this scene where Dax Shepard is like, hey, you like money? Oh my God, I can't believe you like money. Like, that's great. That's so crazy. Like, I like money and you like money. Let's be friends. That's like, you don't have to do that. So when Jake Lang or Nick Fuentes or anybody else is like, hey man, you think Islam's a problem? I think Islam's a problem too. We should be friends. Like, yeah, look, I think it's a problem. I think you're also a fucking problem. Like, that's sorry, guys. Like, I mean,
I don't know why you gotta do it in front of the kids.
This is not hard.
All you gotta do is say earmuffs to them. Earmuffs.
This is not hard. You don't have to align with the person just because they said something you agree with. That's crazy. You don't have to do that. You can go, hey, that dumb racist asshole over there said something I agree with. Other than that one thing, I can't stand him. That's it. It's so simple. How are you guys not figuring this out? There are so many people that are like, look at all the good work that white nationalist is doing over there. No, stop it. What are you doing? Stop doing that. Is that clear? Just be like, yeah, but. Like, hey, what's up? Oh, hey, what's up? Oh my God. Whoa, this guy, you like money? We'll get to that 20-minute intro. Today, you know what I need? I really need some of this. Look, in fact, if anybody knows the people over at Blackout Coffee, feel free to send them my way because I would love to have them as a sponsor. But I drink Blackout Coffee because I still am. I'm a big Dan Bongino watcher, so I got Blackout Coffee, and I get the monthly brew, right? The monthly subscription. So they change the flavor every month, and you don't know what you're getting. And I got this one in the mail, and no bullshit, I didn't know it was March until it showed up because it's Irish cream, and I remember getting Irish cream last year in March because they do it themed. And this is probably my second favorite, maybe my favorite, but blueberry crumble, Irish cream coffee. I need way more of this today. Ooh, all right. Let's get going. All right, for the Daily Breakdown. All right, if you guys have not watched the show before, if you've never seen the Daily Breakdown, here's how the Daily Breakdown goes. You need Rise Up Coffee. Support the show. Do they make a coffee? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I do like my blackout, though, so it's going to be hard to pull me away from it. We'll see. Okay. For those of you that don't know, the daily breakdown goes like this. I jump on the internet. I type in 4 letters. NEWS, and then we break it down, okay? This is not selected. This is not predetermined. I did this 10 minutes before the show started, right? So when you go on DuckDuckGo and you type in the word news, these are the stories that pop up. So we're going to break down these stories. Iran, from Reuters. Iran tells world, get ready for $200 a barrel. If you guys don't know why I'm laughing so hard, right? It's like the oil is like $90 to $80 a barrel. We've blown up their entire navy, right? And they are look, whenever Iran tells you something, just be like, okay, pumpkin. Like, it's just like when Hamas tells you, like, oh my God, you guys did this. It's like, nah. What is the Douglas Murray quote, which wasn't really a Douglas Murray quote? You know, tell me what this person's doing, I'll tell you what they're doing, et cetera, et cetera. For those of you that don't know what the word takia is, you might want to look that one up too. But anyway, Iran tells the world to get ready for $200 a barrel. Okay. Iran's military command said on Wednesday, today, okay, the world should be prepared for oil to hit $200 a barrel as 3 more ships came under attack in the blockaded Gulf. Iran fired at Israel and targets across the Middle East on Wednesday, demonstrating it can still fight back and disrupt energy supplies despite what Pentagon described as the most intense U.S.-Israeli strikes yet. Oil prices that shot up earlier this week have eased and stock markets have rebounded, with investors betting for now that that Trump will find a quick way to end the war he began alongside Israel nearly 2 weeks ago. That kind of happens when you basically kill everyone in leadership within the first 72 hours. Look, here's how the market works, guys. Like, I'm not an expert. I just have the general economic understanding. You know, I've traded some crypto and I know how supply and demand works. I know how the market volatility works, right? And here's what happened. For those of you that don't know, when earlier this week, when we saw oil shoot up like 30%, right? That was just a bunch of people freaking out, right? And buying positions that shot the market up. But then when those positions need to be settled, the market shot right back down. It's like, because it's the market volatility is just, there's a bunch of panicans, right? A bunch of panicans, but those the actual oil had nothing to do with it, is the point I'm trying to make. The actual Strait of Hormuz being under attack had absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. It's not like there was a shortage of oil, because that's crazy. This all happened within minutes and days. So once the positions got settled, it shot back down. Then, right, then people actually took a breath and they assessed the situation. And when these investors assessed the situation, they go, hey, you know what? I really don't think this is a problem. And oil actually went lower than it was before for a short time. Now it's like riding right around the same place it was, right? So there's they got dipped. Exactly. Everybody buy the dip. You always buy the dip. The dip is great. You buy the dip. Somebody in the chat obviously knows what they're talking about too. But really, that's basically what happened, right? Market volatility has absolutely nothing to do with the actual supply. Well, yes, it does. Sorry. Sometimes quick dips and quick spikes have nothing to do with the actual supply. Sometimes it's just a bunch of people freaking out about something, and then it really does correct itself. There's no navy in Iran anymore. They're all blown up, right? None. They have some very limited threats that they can make. Really, the issue is it's an insurance company thing where some of these companies either aren't insured or underinsured, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's why you're having some of the panic in buying or panic in sell off or panic in this or panic in that. Regardless, right? I think what we can take away from this headline and this story is Iran is full of dirty liars, and they're just basically like trying to create panic where panic doesn't exist anymore. Because once again, right, it's like, where's your Navy and where's your upper command? Oh, that's right, dead and at the bottom of the sea. So I wouldn't worry about Iran telling us. I wouldn't take financial advice from Iran. I wouldn't take any advice from the IRGC more in particular. All right, next story. Trump's pick advances in race to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene. Thank God that woman is gone. Clay Fuller, a DA, led among the Republicans to replace former congressman and advance to a runoff in Deep Red, Georgia, while Rep. Benny Thompson fended off a primary challenge. Okay. So, yeah, Clay Fuller, I've heard of him. He seems pretty decent. Hannah Knowles, is that Michael Knowles' wife? I don't know. Washington Post, so hope not. All right, let's see. Let's read this story. Let's break this down. Elections in the South on Tuesday showed the power of the President Donald Trump's endorsement and the political strength of a senior Democratic congresswoman or congressman who easily beat back a younger challenger. In Georgia, voters narrowed a crowded field in a special election to replace MTG, the Republican who abruptly resigned. By the way, she resigned one day after her pension was put into effect. That scumbag. She's a millionaire, and she waited. This is how scummy MTG is, by the way, right? By the way, never liked her. Okay, so again, discernment. Y'all need to get on this. Get on some of this. Like, get on whatever the hell I got going on. Like, get some autism. All right, just a touch. Just get a little touch of the tisms. All right. Have your mom take some Tylenol. I don't think it'll work now because. Never mind. That was a throwaway joke. That's a throwaway joke. That was just garbage. That didn't make any sense. Anyway. No, I have a good read on people. I never really liked MTG. I would you might find a tweet of me like agreeing with her on some things. I didn't hate her. She was obviously part of the team, quote, for a while. She supported Trump. She was a +1. Great. As soon as she became a -1, I was like, get her the f out of here. Jeez. But MTG's a millionaire. She talks about it all the time. I'm a self-made millionaire. My millions don't come from my stock portfolio, even though they fucking do. Sorry, just guys.
I don't know why you got to do it in front of the kid with the iPhone.
But she waited until the day after her pension kicked in, lifetime pension. As a millionaire, she waited to take your money for the rest of her life on her way out the door. And then she left. Look, say what you want about Tony Gonzalez, right? I'm super glad that he got beat by Brandon Herrera. Super glad, right? He's a rhino, squishy, dumb, just not good. I'm trying not to swear. But he's going to stick around and keep voting and be a +1, even though he's lost. He's done. He's no longer in Congress. MTG could have done that. She could have done that. I'm actually glad she didn't, to be completely honest, because she's a disruptor and she's showing a pattern of behavior. So I'd rather her not be here. But I'm just saying, she waited until the fucking day after she was going to be paid by you for the rest of her life to walk out. What a cunt. Sorry, dude. That's a fitting term for just saying. Anyway, back to the story. All right. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican who abruptly resigned from her House seat after clashing with Trump, arguing he had veered from his America First. He never veered from anything you did. Promises Clay Fuller, Trump's favored candidate and a Democrat, advanced to the April 7th runoff after no candidate received the majority of the vote. I need to do some work this weekend on the midterm cheat sheet, but we'll get the midterm cheat sheet updated. For those of you that don't know, let's go to it right now. It's very in its early stages. I need to not have a full-time job is what I need, probably. But midtermcheatsheet.com, right, is a website that I created. It needs a lot of work. Trust me, I know. There's plenty of time. I'll get it done. But essentially, what it is it's just going to be a cheat sheet for the upcoming races, right? Ed Galrain over Thomas Massey. Mike Collins over John Ossoff. We'll add races in, but these are going to have to be races that we need to win, that are achievable. Ken Paxton, I think that we need John Cornyn out of there. I think that we can all agree on that. But you understand my point. So midtermcheatsheet.com, I'm going to update that. We're going to get that going. It's going to be a useful tool that we can use to share. That's the point of it, by the way. It really is a useful tool for you to share with other people who don't know the important races in their districts, but they're going to be limited. I mean, this thing's going to be maybe 20 races. I don't know, but it's not going to be a full, extensive, exhaustive list where a bunch of people go and they get, by the time they're done reading, they forgot, right? Cheat sheets are supposed to be easy. Cheat sheets are supposed to be, you write them on your hand, right? That's my whole point with the midtermcheatsheet.com. We'll get that going. Anyway, do you guys care about the story anymore? I don't. Sorry, don't. I'm in the driver's seat. We're done. We're done with that one. MTG sucks. It's the moral of that story. MTG sucks. Good morning, LFA Misfits. Good morning, D. Brummett. All right, next story up. The Middle East War Live. Financial Times. Japan to take lead on releasing oil from reserves. Yay. Governments from Europe to Asia to tackle energy shock. Look at that. See? The market always corrects, guys. The market will always correct. MTG will be the new host on The View as a representative for the right. Yes. Looks like we got a lot of MTG haters in the chat. All right, I'm in good company here. What do we get? How many people we got in here, guys? Let's get some likes and some shares, and let's make this thing happen. 2K. Okay, we're doing good. Doing good. I think Jeremy was at 1.8 when we transitioned, so people are waking up. People are get your coffee in, your blackout coffee, your rise up coffee. I don't care. Nobody's paying me. I used to do Black Rifle coffee. I know the owner of that. I don't know. Black Rifle's okay, but look, guys, not for nothing. And I like Jeremy. It's just when you're sponsoring Tucker Carlson, I'm like, I don't want to drink it anymore, right? And hey, that's a choice. That's not cancel culture. That is not cancel culture, right? I think that's just the market. Like, look, one of the sponsors of this show is Patriot Pouch. Okay, Patriot Pouch. We're gonna have Alex on. I think we got the audio issue worked out, and he's gonna talk about his company. But we got the woke full screen, ADD full screen. Look, you got the woke left with a company like Zyn. Okay, I don't want to give my money to them. All right. So we have this thing called a parallel economy. Dan Bodge going to talk a lot about this, right? We have the hat that I'm wearing, the Heartbeat brand, right? This is a parallel economy where we conservatives start promoting companies, small businesses ran by patriotic Americans. The parallel economy is useless if we start promoting people that we don't agree with or that we don't really support, right? It's like you're just creating you're creating a third economy that we don't want. Just bad people, you shouldn't promote bad people, okay? And you shouldn't promote, I'm not saying that Black Rifle are bad. I like them. But they should understand that when you align with certain other people, we might not buy your product. So anyway, like I said, you have Zins, okay? And I don't want to give them my money, so we have a parallel economy. Tucker Carlson comes out with Alp. And in the beginning, I was like, this is great, parallel economy. No more woke left nicotine pouches. But then, I don't know, like 6 months later, he's like, the Jews. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So here's your answer, okay? Patriot Pouch. Alex Duncan and the people over at Patriot Pouch, they're not woke left. They're not woke right. They're just the right amount of woke. Wait, they're no woke, which is zero. The right amount of woke is zero. Okay, that's the right amount. So yeah, they are. They're just the right amount of unwoke. And I really want to get him on so we can talk about these. So that hopefully will be Friday. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. I'll ask him. It'll be this week though. Okay. What just happened to the damn chat? I just lost the chat. Did I just lose the damn chat? Oh no, there we go. Now we're back. This isn't the time. This isn't his time anymore. Zach has this hour before Sean. Oh, yeah. This is a new show. How you doing, guys? Who's asking? Zach, my son uses Zin, and I want to learn about Patriot Pouch. Okay, well, what you do is you go to patriotpouchusa.com, and you use code MISFIT10 for 10% off at checkout. And they have all the information on there. You know, why don't we just do the sponsor spot now, because we got people in the chat asking about it. All right, this episode is brought to you by Patriot Pouch. I do the weirdest ad reads. I'm like okay. So this is actually a nicotine-free pouch. And I don't know how, because I've been using them and I didn't even know it wasn't nicotine until like a week ago. But same experience as nicotine, better hit, better buzz. Here's Patriot Pouches. You can go get the Sovereign sample pack for $27.99 with 10% off at checkout. That'll be a little cheaper. You can do a 2-pack for $14.99. But yeah, I would, and it's made with nixodine. Nixodine is a cleaner compound that binds to the same receptors as nicotine, delivering a better, cleaner effect. And again, I'm going to get Alex on here to really tell me about this stuff. I am intentionally not looking it up. I can just look it up. I know I can do that. You can do that if you want to. I'm intentionally not. I want to hear it from the source. But yeah, we're gonna find out about that. But yeah, if you want to get off of Zin and you want to stop. By the way, this is way cheaper than Zin, right? Like a 4-pack with your discount. What was it? $27.99. So let's call it like $25. A 4-pack is $5 each, ish, right? So these are $5 each, and I believe 20 pouches. How many pouches are in a Zin? I don't think it's 20. Nicotine pouches. Wasn't it? I thought it was like 16 or 12. Why doesn't it say how many pouches are on the damn box? I don't know. But if it's not 20, then there you go. Less. Whatever. Anyway, 15. There you go. Yeah, so you get 5 more pouches for less money. So you get 15 nicotine pouches with Zin. You get 20 with Patriot Pouch. Better company, not woke, and not even nicotine. Supposedly, the healthiest version of satisfying your craving. I also have one of these travel cans, not from Patriot Pouch. I'm gonna tell him to get me one now. But that's a badass. I have the same exact one, but from a different company, and these things are great because this lid here that you're looking at, it will pop off, and you can put your used pouches in the top when you're not doing anything. Okay, all right. I think it is time for Woke Wednesday, the daily breakdown. Let's finish off this story. Prime Minister Takachi said Japan would take the lead and release oil from. I don't know why my cursor isn't there. Sorry, guys. This is bugging me. Give me a second. Bugging me. There we go. Aha! Haha! My cursor is back. I have gotten my cursor back. Aha! See, when I shake it, it gets bigger. I'm not even talking about my cursor. Zing! All right, I'm a little more awake now. But yeah, PatriotPouchUSA.com. What is going on right now? I am. All right. What the hell am I doing here? What am I even doing here? It's a weak Wednesday for leftists. The move comes as how long does one pouch last? I mean, you guys are gonna I'm gonna ADD so hard today. I need to minimize the chat. One pouch lasts for about an hour. All right, enough of that. Enough of that. We have to move on. We have to move on. Okay, Japan. Prime Minister Takachi, I think, said he would said Japan, because it's a she, would take the lead and release oil from its national reserves as early as next week. The move comes as the International Energy Agency prepares the largest release of strategic reserves in its history in an effort to quell turmoil in energy markets. Oil was trading at about $91 a barrel on Wednesday afternoon, which is not that bad. The EU is considering subsidizing or cutting gas prices to deliver relief now. No, don't do that, you idiots. This is the dumbest move you could possibly do. Look, guys, do you remember when Biden depleted our oil reserves because he wanted to win the midterms and keep gas low, right? Like, now you guys got me all, now I'm like, now I need one. Now I need one. So here are the pouches. Which one's this? This one is Liberty Mint. You just get it right there, right? You can give it a little wet it, and then you go right up there in the upper lip. Get yourself a little upper decky. Code Misfit10, PatriotPouchUSA.com. All right, next. Biden depleted our oil reserves. If they didn't do that, this really wouldn't even be that big of a problem right now because we would have strategic oil reserves, but we don't because that fucker depleted them, right? So
I don't know why you got to do it in front of the kid with the iPhone.
But that's just a side note. All right, now ADD today. We're gonna move on. Let's go to the day. Woke Wednesday. Son of a bitch. I don't know what's going on today. Did I get drugged? All right. How come gas was cheaper at 120 a barrel than when it was at 80 a barrel? Because you have to wait for it to. Oh my God, that's a complex question, Carl. I Google it. I don't have time. ADD. Okay. If you guys watched yesterday's episode, Jake Lang is allegedly caught sexting with a minor, right? Not really a minor, a 15-year-old decoy. Well, yeah, really a minor. Or a man pretending to be a 15-year-old. Either way, Jake allegedly thought that he was texting a 15-year-old girl. Okay. Now, this is apparently part 2. I didn't even know I had this guy blocked, but I don't like this guy either. But like I said, as Sean says, if somebody tells me water's wet, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's wet. You're also a douchebag. So here we go. Apparently, Jake has fired back.
Fans. So he's trying to say, So Jake Lang got caught talking to my 15-year-old decoy, and doesn't surprise me. He doesn't take any accountability. Instead, he's going to try to blame this on the Groypers. And if you don't know what the Groypers are...
All right, is that Alex Rosen chiming in? Give me a second here. Guys, relax. Jake confirmed the authenticity of the messages, and he was just looking for people for a bikini protest. Do I have to call you Alex? I hope that this is sarcasm, because if Alex Rosen is making excuses for Jake Lang, I'm going to have to tickle him. For those of you that don't know, Alex Rosen is the pedophile poacher. He's one that does these type of things too. I can't tell if Alex is being sarcastic or not, but he's got to be. He's got to be being sarcastic. I'm going to text Alex because it says, guys, relax. Jake confirmed the authenticity of the messages, and he was just looking for people for a bikini protest. Chill, please. Maybe he's not being sarcastic. We might have an issue, Alex.
And if you don't know what the Groypers are, they're Nick Fuentes fans. So he's trying to say, I'm a Groyper hoax. The whole thing's a hoax. You know, just like Epstein case, it's a hoax, right? Now, he talked to my good friend, Alex Rosen. Alex, you know,
I'm starting to realize why I blocked that guy. I think I know why I blocked him now. I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry, guys.
no, he was doing his regular tactic where he talks to them, acts like their friend, but in reality, he's just getting information. And now, this has to be the dumbest excuse ever. So he tries to say that it was his team.
All right, guys, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about this story. I didn't realize what this video was. Is there evidence in here? Okay. All right, here we go. So this is what we were really looking for. So Jake Lang is okay. I get it. Okay, Jake Lang is lying. Shocker. Okay, we've already seen this. Did you see me get? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now let's start it here. We're gonna go. We skipped all the Jake and me. I don't care. I don't care. Here we go.
I've got whole entire teams of people messaging people, and we were going to do a big Burqa Bikini March I had announced for February. Like, you know, you shouldn't even be anywhere near this thing until you're like of the legal age to even be around adults. So anyway,
right. I mean, what?
You know, and that's where it ended. Like as soon as I said that, when I said I can't see you.
Okay, I understand now. So Jake told Alex, look, this sounds like drama, but hear me out here. We're going to move on from this part because it's not what I thought it was. Jake has apparently told Alex, I'm going to talk to Alex because we are friends, right? I'm going to talk to Alex today, right? So Jake apparently told Alex he was actually looking for bikini models or something like that, and they have to be of legal age. So that's why he was talking to a 15-year-old girl and asking why, how old she was. But anybody that buys that, I'm sorry. I have some oceanfront property to sell you in Oklahoma. All right, so nah, that doesn't pass the sniff test. Okay, that doesn't pass the sniff test. Let's continue. Sorry, I gotta mute my mic so we don't get the double audio, but.
And that's it. That was the last message.
Right.
You know, that's
right. Have you like shared your password with anybody or given that out to people before?
I don't think so. Why?
So
Okay, it looks like Alex is trying to help him out, which I don't like, but Alex is also a fucking idiot. Sorry, guys, it's true.
I don't know why you got to do it in front of the kid with the effing.
All right. I love Alex. Alex Rosen, the one that was just talking to Jake Lang. We're friends. Alex is also a fucking moron, right? He's one of the dumbest human beings I've ever met. I love him to death. He's also so stupid. So stupid. Like, I mean, he's dumb. Like, I don't know. I'm not even being insulting. I'm being descriptive right now. So I think Alex might just be like, hey man, come on, give me something because this looks bad. Well, I'm going to deal with that part. I'm going to personally deal with that part. But let's continue this video and see what else is going on here because this is weird.
Your team DMs girls and asks for their number and then says, I have too many DMs, text only, sweetie. So that's like a normal way for your team to DM girls, huh? Or is it normal for your team to text them saying, did you see me get freaking lynched, babe? Good to hear from you. And I'm sure this is normal for your team to say too, right?
Okay. Look, I'm basically just going to be repeating what he's repeating, but here's what we know right now, okay? Jake Lang has admitted that these are real texts. That's all you need to know. Okay? That's all you need to know. He's giving a bullshit type of excuse like, oh, my team was trying to find somebody for a bikini competition. Nobody is reading this text thinking it's like your producer, like trying to reach out to somebody for a bikini contest. Is it that like he was better off saying nothing. All right. So I think that what we really have here in this part 2, which, sorry, it was all over the place. What we really have here in this part 2 is literally the proof that part 1 was 100% legit and Jake Lang was sexting what he thought was a 15-year-old girl. Because we have now admissions from Jake Lang, right? I mean, unless you are so stupid where you believe that a producer for Jake Lang was calling 15-year-old girls sweetie and saying, do you want to come hang out? And when do you turn 16? Nah. Nope. I think we have all we need on this story. All right, we're gonna wrap this up with something else. Oh shit! You know what? Yeah, I was gonna get into the. I basically covered everything that I wanted to say about the whole woke paradigm in the opening, you know, but just to put a finer point on it, right? Jake Lang and BLM, Jake Lang, whatever his movement is called. I know they're not gripers. I don't know what they're called. Like, I hope they don't even have a name. I hope they're just retarded. Like, that would be a good one. I don't know. You might want to give that one a shot. But look, you have the BLM protesters who stormed a church, right? This is the point I wanted to make. This is the similarity, right? BLM protesters storm a church with Don Lemon and get arrested. And they claim that it's racism or some shit, right? It's like Jake Lang goes and starts destroying property that says protect ICE, right? And he gets arrested. And he blames that on, like, I guess, anti-whiteness, right? Guys, they're the same. They're the same. Do you not see how they're the same? It's the same. It's I'm white and oppressed. I'm black and oppressed. I'm going to break the law, get arrested, and claim it's because of oppression. They're the same. They're the same thing. So if you don't like one of them, don't like the other one. How hard is this to figure out? If you do not like woke ideology, right? You should not like it when it's right-wing woke ideology. That's all you look. I don't even like right-wing authoritarianism, like in what is it? Shit, is it not Brazil? El Salvador, right? Like Bukele, he's a right-wing authoritarian. He's a right-wing authoritarian. There are so many people on the right that like him. So many. I'm out. Not the same. Screw you. Okay, bye. Somebody in the chat. Okay. Oh, are you leaving? Whatever am I going to do without you, Montdale? How am I going to survive without you in my chat? Will I ever be able to continue on the internet? Fucking. I love it when people do that. I disagree with you. I'm leaving. Go take your ball and go home. Have your mom cut the crusts off your sandwiches when you get there. Go back into your basement. I got this. I don't need you here. You are not the thing that keeps this going. All right? Look, I don't like... I personally just fight the ideologies, right? And then the people that are part of the ideologies, I use to highlight the ideologies. All right, it's 8:59, which means Sean Farish is coming up with Ungoverned tonight. I think me and him might be doing the weekly breakdown on TMP Uncensored, rumble.com/TMP Uncensored. So if you guys have time tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, come out and check us out there. I'll check with him. I'm sure he's watching right now, so he'll let you know at the beginning of his show if he can or can't do it. He's also going to be on Bongino today for the second half of the show. That's going to be great. And go give him a follow. Let's do quick shout outs for maybe 10 seconds. All right. We got the Hip Hop Patriot, Eileen Jimenez, Fun Mon. I always thought that was Fun Mom, but it's Fun Mon. CQ, the great guy Gary Montdale. Good luck to you. I'm far from basement. Bye, Montdale. You know what? Don't come back. Bye.
A partially valid, a half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
You're
Go
not
join.
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
That just we are the only society on Earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko Haram? How many Muslims were confronting ISIS? How many Muslims, the extremists always win. So the peaceful majority, which I know many, they're irrelevant.